Hi, this is Larry Hatch again. This is our third episode of Goodsvesting. Hope you enjoy it. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty of the system today and why it works, how it works, and a lot more questions answered, I hope. First thing I want to talk about is the main Goodsvesting strategy. This is your way to profit, enjoyment, convenience, whatever. It builds it all in. It took me a while to develop this, but I learned it from other people. In part, added my own stuff, and this is what we have. We basically have 7 points. The first one is to buy things on sale when you can. We all like buying things on sale. A lot of you have systematic ways of selling. I know some people have like a Saturday rotation. They'll go around to maybe thrift stores or antique stores or department stores that have a sale, and they'll hey, maybe go to 7 to 10 stores in one day. A lot of us do that online too. I have saved searches on eBay and Amazon, or eBay mostly, and I find stuff I want. I put in, I'm looking for these categories of things, and then I search for lowest price first. So I can say, I want this, start by lowest price first, or ending soonest if it's an auction sale, and I get it that way. So have a systematic way of buying on sale. Maybe you already know your price points, kind of work that in. I know a lot of you are really good at this, so I'm not going to belabor the point. When possible, and buy 2 to 10 of each thing. It could be 100 if it's something cheap, but buy more than one is the point. And maybe you can get a discount, a wholesale discount, quantity discount with shipping. Again, look for quantity. As we've already said, there's a principle of buying two, using one, and then saving one. Basically, use one, use or enjoy. So in the case of a painting, I don't really use a painting. Use or enjoy one at a time, and that's your opportunity value. You're getting to enjoy and use the thing. It has additional value. So here we are, saving on the sale, saving on the quantity, and saving on the utility of the item being immediately practical. And then save the rest of the items. Somewhere down the line, while we're saving those other items, we can maybe pull out a couple, sell them or trade them, hopefully for a little profit. I know people that'll buy 5 of something, use one, sell one, trade one, give away one. There's all kinds of combinations of things you can do. And again, if you buy something cheap, hopefully you'll have a good markup on it, and we'll work with that. I want to put in the point that not all Goodsvestors are in this for pure money or profit. A lot of us are generous people, or we try to be, and we give away a lot of things as donations to charities. So a lot of times you'll say, hey, this is a really good item. I want one, and I'm going to give one of them to a charity auction. Hey, think big. If something is great, I want one, I'm going to save one, I'm going to give one, I'm going to let a charity auction off one. Hey, this is a great opportunity for lots of things in your life to work out right, to be generous. Ready gifts is an important thing. I always have gifts on hand. It seems like I get invitations to marriages and parties and stuff, and boy, I'll always want to have something on hand because I'm not good at buying stuff at the last minute. I make bad decisions that way, so I stockpile stuff, whether it's wine or crystal or whatever. It's just nice things that I'm ready to give. Handy. The next point is handy. If you have stuff around and have room to store it, you're saving time to go shopping. You're saving travel costs, and these days, if you drive out of town to the mall, that's a bunch of miles. You're also saving shipping costs. Well, I know Amazon Prime has free shipping, eBay has some free shipping. Yeah, but you're really paying for that in the long run through the price of the product. It's all rigged. You get the thing in the mail, $4.25 shipping. Well, hey, they added that to the price of the item. They're not giving you free shipping. Again, another advantage of Goodsvesting, having stuff handy on hand. in that sense, it's a little bit like prepping, maybe. The last point is the main point. We have profit from inflation on the item. Now, inflation's been kind of low lately, but every year it's in the range of 2 to 5%, and on some items it's even higher. And we can study that, and we will be actually talking about the average inflation in different product groups later on. Inflation is fairly unpredictable because of the cost of materials and agricultural commodities and so on. It's really hard to predict that stuff sometimes. But anyway, the end product of goods vesting is the current value of the product minus your cost. And we're going to talk more about cost. It's not what you paid for it. Cost includes the cost of storage and the maintenance. If you store a car for 5 years, there's a bunch of money involved in that. You're not just sticking it in your free garage. You're heating it, you're buying oil for it, you're doing other things. So again, current value minus cost, that's our end product. And look at these points, chart them out. It makes sense. Guarantee it makes sense. Next, I want to cover this particular type of data table that helps us organize our thoughts. I call it the perishability versus value table. And we have low perishability, high perishability, low value, and high value. And there's 4 different combinations, obviously. The green is the stuff we want to do. Things that are low perishability, that means durable, and high value. That means they're not going to expire on us right away, and they're going to keep their value longer. The stuff in yellow are stuff you can do, but I don't really recommend. They're just kind of caution. And the red is pretty much with goods vesting, never do, although we all need these things. We all need these things. The best things we're going to do with low perishability and high value are things like automobiles, appliances, artwork, furniture, trees, plants, and wine. Now, we can debate a lot of these things because there are things that don't last in all these categories or do last more, but these are generalizations based on known preservation or durability values and common consumer prices. So, autos, appliances, artwork, furniture, trees, wine, those are a couple examples of stuff we can aim at. In the category of high perishability but high value are medicines, gourmet meat and fish, tobacco products, craft beer, and gourmet cake. There's a couple exceptions. Some craft beers can be aged like a wine. That would be one exception. Some tobacco products last a while, but they tell me cigars, even the best cigars, don't last more than 5 years, so we're going to put them in the high perishability group. If we go to the top left corner, low perishability and low value. These are things that will last forever, but why bother to stockpile them? These are things that preppers are going to stockpile, but they have low value in terms of money. They might have high value to them in terms of functionality. So when I say value, I'm talking price, not utilitarian value. Beans will last forever. They say you can take 30-year-old beans, cook them up, and you'll be fine. Plastic containers, God knows those will last till the next century. Canned food. Grab a can of something out of your pantry, and it'll say it expires in a year. Not really. All the preppers I know and people like that will say, hey, we have cans that are 5, 6, 7, 10 years old, and they're still as good as when they got them. The expiration dates on canned goods is really just a selling thing. They want you to throw out that can of soup and buy another one. So I am told, and don't get botulism over this, but I'm told a can of soup or Tupperware or something will last 5 years easily, as long as it's not degraded by heat and other factors. Distilled water will last forever. I've been told 5 to 10 years is safe. Now, mineral water and quote purified water, no. There will be some degradation on that. But distilled water, which is 98, 99% pure, that will last for a very long time. But you can get a jug of it for 79 cents, so why bother? Paper will last forever, as long as it's not being mildewed or whatever. But again, who stockpiles paper? I sometimes stockpile really good paper that I like. If I see like some really nice stationery, and I'm like, I've had experiences where I liked some stationery, went back to buy some more. It's gone forever, not even on the internet. So sometimes I will stockpile paper. But again, that's one exception. The red group here is stuff we really want to avoid, which is high perishability and low value. Flour would be an example, although people do get a couple years out of that. It's still in the high perishability category. Milk, obviously, unless you turn it into cheese, it's going to be, a very temporary kind of thing. In fact, before we had refrigeration, milk was turned into cheese, and it gave it fairly good value if it was gourmet cheese and fairly low perishability. So you can collect cheese. Everybody knows a wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano is a couple $100. So again, you can turn milk into cheese and put it in a different category. Flour or grains are very perishable, and that's why they sort of invented whiskey and beer, especially whiskey. Whiskey was a way to take the grains that were going to spoil during the winter after the harvest and turn them into something that would have value and last forever. So, again, grains and flour can go from the red category, turn them into whiskey, they become a low perishable, high value item. Again, one of the responses to not having refrigeration. Eggs are obviously perishable, raw fruit. Now people will tell me, hey, you can freeze it, but hey, what's the cost of freezing it? Yeah, you can't really store a lot of fruit. You can make preserves out of it, yes, but again, it still has a low value. And obviously, bread is something that's extremely perishable. My God, I bought some gourmet bread the other day. I bought it on Friday, went away for the weekend. On Monday, it was already starting to mold. Not exactly something you want to invest in. Anyway, let me wrap it up here, and I want your comments. This is not a monologue or a sermon. So tell me your experiences, tell me your comments, share some ideas with others, and we'll all grow together. Thanks.